we are going to give them every opportunity to vote for a clean CR, something that in the past Senator Schumer and the Democrats have said they support. In fact, just as recently as last year about this time, he made the statement that shutdowns cause pain and needless harm and chaos for the American people. That was his exact quote about this time last year when we were considering a CR. Now, interestingly enough, during the Biden presidency, when Schumer was the leader, the majority leader, there were 13 short-term CRs. 13. 96% of all Democrats voted for all 13 of those short-term CRs. So we're suggesting right now a short-term CR to get us to November the 21st, to give us time to process and consider appropriation bills, which is the way we ought to be funding the government. And it's going to take 60 votes to do that here in the United States Senate. So I'm hoping that, notwithstanding what Senator Schumer is saying, that there are Democrats out there who think it's a really bad idea, like they did last year, to shut down the government. And if in fact that's the case, hopefully they will deliver the votes that are necessary for us to keep the government open, keep the lights on, and we are going to give them an opportunity to do just that. As you know, the House has posted their legislation. They will send it to us later this week, and we'll have an opportunity to consider it and process it over here. But it's really important, from our point of view, that we pass, both the House and the Senate and the President sign, a continuing resolution to fund the government until November the 21st, to give us an opportunity to do appropriations bills. Now, again, remember, that's not something that they're accustomed to doing. When Democrats had the majority around here and Chuck Schumer was running the Senate, we didn't do appropriation bills. Just didn't do them. They wrote them back there in his office. We've tried a different business model, which is to allow senators on both sides of the aisle and their committees, in this case the Appropriations Committee, to pass legislation with an amendment process, report it out to the floor, hopefully with an amendment process to enable all senators to have their voices heard on these important issues of funding our federal government. So that's where things stand today. And again, I'm hopeful that they'll come to their senses and there'll be enough Democrats out there who consider Senator Schumer's advice, which I think he's getting from online trolls and activist groups, which he shouldn't be listening to, that they'll conclude that that's really bad advice and work with us to keep the government open. Part of the negotiation, they have been.
They say something very different.
Ask the ranking Democrat on the Senate Appropriations Committee if she's been talking to Senator Collins, the chair of the Appropriations Committee, and their counterparts in the House. This is regular order, Chad. I know it's a different process than what everybody's accustomed to around here under Senator Schumer, but we are allowing the appropriations process to work. And so the bill that we're going to be considering is something that, as I said, is clean, is something that the Democrats in the past have endorsed 13 times when Schumer was the majority leader and Biden was in the White House. 96% of the Democrats voted for all 13 of those. This is again a new practice that's been invented because of Trump derangement syndrome and because these Democrats hate giving this president a victory on anything.
But you didn't negotiate with
It's
them
what's
on
to
this
negotiate. It's a clean CR.
bill.
It is a clean CR.
But what if that's
They
not what they
have had the opportunity to negotiate. There are anomalies in there that the Democrats wanted in there. We are doing this the way that used to be done, and that is allowing the Appropriations Committee and the respective chairs and ranking members to do this the right way. I know it's a new concept. Yeah.
In the wake of the Charlie Kirk assassination, there has been a lot of discussion about what constitutes free speech. I'm wondering, where should that legal line be drawn, and what role does the federal government have in going after free speech?
Well, I mean, I think my own view on this, and my colleagues can speak for themselves, but this is a country that cherishes free speech, and we need to continue that great tradition. It's part of our heritage. But that does not include the freedom to conspire to commit violence. And I think that is where, obviously, the lines have to be drawn.
Leader Thune, given the political peril in voting for a shutdown, how do you gauge the amount of support you'll have on the Democratic side?
Well, I mean, it's going to be up to them. And, to Chad's earlier question, it's not like I said this earlier. they seem like they're kind of having this meltdown over the fact that we're not talking to them. Well, we are talking to them through the right channels, and my office is right here, Chuck's is right here. It's very easy for him to come to here, or to say, we need to have a conversation about this CR, which is clean and has anomalies that benefit Democrats as well as Republicans, something that 13 times when they had the majority, 96% of Democrats voted for. So this is where we are right now, and I'm hopeful that they will, again, to me, come to their senses, and there'll be some Democrats at least who will give us the 60 votes that are necessary to keep the government open. They want this political fight because they think they're politically advantaged by it. I don't think the American people are going to believe if the House Republicans move a CR, short-term CR that's clean, and every Senate Republican is prepared to vote for it and the President's prepared to sign it, that they're going to believe that it's the Republicans that are stopping this. It's clearly going to be on the Democrats because of again, this is a practice that has been repeated multiple times, and most recently by the Democrats when they had the majority. One more. Yeah.
You said this morning that CR is not the place for the ACA fix. Well, you said it will be addressed if there's more time to do so later this year. When you say it's going to be addressed, what do you envision?
Well, I mean, and I think Dr. Oz alluded to that. There are conversations around this. Now, these changes were made, and this deadline was put in place by Democrats, both in the ARPA bill and the IRA bill. Those were both enhancements of this program. But it's also a program that is like most government programs, and particularly this one is, I think, especially ripe for some fraud, some waste, and some abuse. So when you heard Dr. Oz talk about reforms, I think there are things that we can do to make the program more efficient and ensure that the American people who benefit from it continue to benefit from it. But it was dramatically expanded under the last majority, Democrat majority in the Congress, and President Biden in the White House. And so now the expiration date is coming at the end of the year, but if we have a clean CR, gives us some time to do appropriation bills, also allows some time to take a look at and see what the options are for addressing that issue as well. Thank you.